Okay, once again, good morning, Eagle Academy family, staff, and guests. At this time, please rise and receive the graduating class of 2025 here at Eagle Academy, Ocean Hill. My name is Mr. Isaiah McCoy, and I'll be your Masters of Ceremonies this morning. At this time, we will have our Lift Every Voice and Sing by our very own Eagle alum, Josiah Battle.
Good morning, everyone. If everyone could please stand for our Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with a harmony.
you may be seated. As you know, we start in the 6th grade. And at this time, I would like to call up the class of 2031, our 6th grade young brothers, as they will come up and recite the Eagle Pledge, something our seniors know very, very well, which started when they were in the 6th grade during summer bridge. Come on up, 6th grade. Let's clap it up for our young brothers. It's not easy getting up talking in front of thousands. Fix them up, fix them up. These are our rising 7th graders. Give him a hand, give him a hand. Globally conscious, globally competitive. Our 6th grade class of 2031. At this time, we will have the Eagle Brotherhood video. Please pay attention to the screens to your left and right.
When you first enter our institution, we let you know pretty quickly that this is something special. It's not any other kind of environment. You're gonna be connected in ways that you wouldn't imagine. This is a real, true brotherhood. And for this year's 2025 senior class, we saw that from the moment they had their introduction as a class, that convocation, the unveiling, the fact that they wore their cardigans with such pride, the fact that every time we asked them to show up in uniform, they understood the assignment. And we saw that throughout the entirety of their Eagle experience. And we're just so incredibly excited about what Brotherhood has manifested into, just watching them grow and develop. The way they engage one another, the way they support one another, the way they are truly happy to enjoy in each other's success. And that's gonna transcend just being an Eagle scholar from 6th grade to 12th grade. That's a lifelong bond that our young men have developed. And we're just so incredibly excited to see them manifest this brotherhood into the next phase of their life, because while their time at Eagle is coming to a close, their brotherhood is forever.
Clap it up for our Brotherhood video. At this time, we will have our parent testimonial. I would like to call up Miss Sharon Thomas, son of Jaden Thomas, mother of Jaden Thomas. That's her son.
Good morning, everyone. Just please bear with me. I'm not a real public speaker, but this was an honor to be chosen today. I'm not just celebrating my son, Jaden, but I also have a scholar from 2021 as well. So my voice may crack, but as the moms out there know, this is really emotional for us. It is an absolute honor to stand before you today on this momentous occasion. Graduation is more than just a ceremony. It's a celebration of growth, resilience, and transformation. Today, we gather not only to recognize the accomplishments of the class of 2025, but also to reflect on the journey that brought us here, the lessons learned, the challenges overcome, and the memories made along the way. Gentlemen, today marks the beginning of a new journey in your life. Whether things came easily to you or you had to fight through every challenge, you persevered. You're closing one chapter and stepping boldly into the next. This is a day to celebrate each of you and to recognize the community that supported you, your parents, guardians, family, friends, and the dedicated educators who believed in your potential from the very beginning. Each one guiding you and cheering you on every step of the way. I stand before you not only as an educator, but also as a proud mother. First, of an Eagle graduate from the class of 2021, and now a member of the class of 2025. Choosing Eagle was one of the best decisions that my husband and I made as parents, and I have no regrets. We entrusted Eagle with 2 little boys, and in return, they gave us back 2 remarkable young men. To Ms. Dixon, your love and support for my boys is unmatched. You're one of a kind, and Eagle is lucky to have you. Mr. McCoy, thanks for being more than just a mentor to my boys, but also a friend and role model. Dr. McCoy and Mrs. Walls, thanks for being part of the village. To Mr. Mead and the administrative team, thank you for your leadership and always shining a positive light on Eagle. To my son, JT, baby boy, your graduation is the culmination of years of effort, and we are so proud of the young man you have become. Never be afraid to follow your dreams. You've got this, and we'll always be cheering you on. To the class of 2025, embrace the opportunities ahead and always strive to be your best. No matter where life takes you, remember that you can always come home. I believe I can speak for the administrators, educators, and staff when I say the doors of Eagle will always be open to you. Hold tight to the friendships you made. They are meaningful, they are lasting. Continue to surround yourself with the right people, stay grounded, dream big, and never forget who you are. Once an Eagle, always an Eagle. With pride and love, I say to you, it's time to spread your wings and soar. Thank you.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Sharon Thomas. Before we move on with the program for our educator testimonial video, will all educators please stand? All guidance counselors please stand? All school safety, scholar coordinators. As Ms. Thomas said, it takes a village. I wanted to publicly give you your recognition and your flowers. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last 7 years, these educators, school safety agents, staff, administrators as well, were a huge reason why they are here today. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, thank you, and thank you. You may be seated. At this time, we will have our educated video and testimonial with Mr. Yearwood, our senior English educator.
To the class of 2025, I've had the privilege of watching you guys grow through your senior year, highs and lows. My advice to you as you prepare to transition from Eagle is to trust your journey, be kind to yourself, surround yourself with people who challenge and inspire you, and never underestimate your voice. Congratulations, class of 2025.
The advice I'd give the senior class is
no matter what field that you're in, no matter what discipline you're in, whether you're in trade school or in college, that you need to collaborate with people and work your hardest.
The advice I give these guys right now is to make sure that you learn, or you've learned from your mistakes, learn some lessons from the last 4 years while you're in high school. So when you get into the real world, you don't make those same mistakes again. You only get one chance to make that real great impression. There's no second chance to make a first impression. So that is one of the things that I would let you all know.
I would tell this senior class that AI can be a very useful tool, but don't abuse it. You can use it to enhance your work. Do not use it as your work.
I would say with social media, everybody's trying to keep up with the next person, and I think it's very tempting to fall into the trap of feeling like you don't stack up, or feeling like you have to have it all figured out by age 25 or whatever arbitrary age you want to say. And I'll just say, as an adult, we're still figuring things out. So my advice to you is, you have time, take your time, go on your own pace. Everybody's pace is different, and don't feel like you have to have it all figured out all at once.
A lot of you guys are very full of life, so don't lose that feeling of being full of life, but always make sure to put all that energy into doing things that are going to help get you ahead and get you what you want. So keep that energy, but make sure it's a focused energy.
The best advice I think I will give them is make sure you read every day, eat right every day, and be a great person in this world. There's a lot of crazy people in this world. Try to change this world for the better.
My advice for the class of 2025 is to take time to reflect on who you are, what you value, and what makes you happy. Not just what others expect from you. Your decisions should always align with your goals, and not just what's popular or safe. And also always know when to pivot.
My favorite memory with the senior class was the Alley Pond Adventure Park for the senior retreat. We had a lot of fun out there doing different activities out in the park, just hanging out, spending a day, having lunch, and just, chilling.
This senior class will remember me as the tyrant that made them have to pass all of their classes in order to go outside for lunch or play in Turkey Bowl or March Madness.
I think they remember me by me checking their language, whether it's any flagrant language or language that targets certain groups of people. They will remember me for nipping that in the bud and explaining to them why.
I think they'll remember me as someone who was easy to talk to, good to talk to, but also would get on them about wearing uniform. And if you didn't wear uniform, you was getting right at the door before you came into class.
I believe that the senior class will remember Mr. Hanna by always yelling in the hallway, clear it out, go to class, get to where you belong. Always raising my voice, the loudest one in the building.
As somebody that didn't shut up, just keep giving advice every day. I only have 182 days with these guys, so I try to give them as much advice as possible.
Disclaimer, I know we just here to take the picture, so I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible, but this is the last time I get to talk to my guys, so please bear with me. You might learn something too. All right, so good morning everyone. My name is Chalk Yearwood. Your sons always say it wrong. It's Chalk. Also known as Yearwood X to your sons. I had the honor of teaching your sons AP African American Studies and English. Before I start, I would like to tell you guys how sharp you all looked at the prom. I hope everyone got to see the pictures, which you all did just now. I told some of you guys there, you better thank your parents when they get home. So let's take a moment to thank your parents for using their hard-earned money to help make you guys a memory you'll never forget. Give them their flowers while they're here. Speaking of parents, while I have your attention, I just want to point out a few things, if you don't mind. Parents, what were you trying to do to me this year? I had 4 Nazirs in one class. 3 sets of twins. Now watch this. If your name starts with a J, raise your hand. It's 31 of them. I couldn't remember everybody's name. I use last names. Now, parents, I want you to think for a second. I want you to think about how many times we had to say any of the following things to your son. Get up. How many times do I have to tell you? Did you even look for it? Have you lost your mind? Did you hear me? You heard what I said, right? Turn that game off now. Who do you think you're talking to? Oh, you think you grown? I'm about to hurt this boy. I'm about to lose my job. Oh, the last one was me. But now I want you to imagine your son and add 99 other 17 and 18-year-olds to that. On average, there's over 40,000 teachers that quit annually. I still don't know how I made it to year 22. So I'd like to shout out my fellow teachers in the building right now. You guys deserve your flowers as well. Let's clap it up for the teachers 6 through 12, everybody in the building. So 2 weeks ago, Ms. Bringley told me that you guys voted for me to speak at your graduation. I immediately said to myself, oh, so that's how y'all gonna do me? All right. Y'all making me write an essay? I'm putting all y'all in summer school. I said that because your sons know me better than some of my colleagues and even some of my family members. They know I like to stay in my room and mind my business, the business that minds me, and go home. They know I don't really like to talk to adults because as much as we say kids don't listen, adults listen even less. Then I said, oh wait, this is payback for all the times I dissed them in my rap freestyles. Or I took them out in one of my movie scripts where Eagle's overrun by zombies and I'm the only one that survives because I use your sons as human shields to get away. It's really bloody, gory. Or the movie where I'm a night school teacher and they're all vampires and I take them all out one by one with my number 2 pencils. That's the English teacher. Putting Yearwood in front of a church with his supervisors and parents, I smelled the setup. But then I said, no, they wouldn't do that to me. They didn't even know the inside joke was that teachers always hope they're not picked to do the speech. I didn't even tell my 12th grade team because I didn't want to hear any jokes. So I said to myself, after all the things you've told them about growing as a man, you can't be a hypocrite now. I told you guys you can't grow if you stay in your comfort zone, right? You don't grow by staying in the same place and doing the same things over and over again. It's okay to be uncomfortable. It's also okay to be nervous. It's natural. It's a human feeling. And when someone is nervous, that means they care. The only way we grow is to face our greatest fears with courage. That's part of a good story. Your story gets boring without it. No one remembers an easy story. Humans are designed to seek comfort and order, and if we find that, we plan ourselves. We fear change because we have a sense of control. We know what to expect. We don't really choose to move, we're forced to move. So I want to thank you guys for forcing me to move. I had to remind myself from the book, The Power of Now. You have to live in the present because all of our pain is in the past and all our anxieties and doubts are in the future. Always remember that 85% of what we worry about never happens. We had some fun times this year. I can't talk about all of them because we're in a church. And I don't want Eagle to get banned here. Remember when I took y'all to the Met, but I didn't tell y'all we were gonna walk there from the Apollo, over 50 city blocks. You guys should have heard all of the, nah, that's OD. Yo, you wildin', I'm going back home. With all that complaining, you didn't even realize that I was creating a memory for your story. None of you will probably ever walk 50 blocks again in New York City. Therefore, we made a memorable moment. Life is all about stacking memorable moments with the people you care about. That was one of my favorite trips in 22 years of teaching. Not because y'all almost got us lost in Harlem, not just because you learned about Seneca Village or we took several pictures in front of black monuments, or we went to see the Egyptian exhibit. It was because I actually saw the Brotherhood of Eagle. We were on a deadline to make it to the museum, and I was speed walking, leaving y'all behind. And I remember Mike Quan being hungry and trying to stop at every corner store. But he never got food, and when we got to Central Park to kill time, I gave him my last tangerine, and instead of eating it by himself, he broke it into like 4 other pieces and shared it with his brothers. Now, that's not only the definition of brotherhood, it also shows character and integrity. Integrity is what you do when no one is looking. Parents, you've created some amazing human beings with amazing energy. They light up my room on some days when I'm down or I don't feel like teaching. Energy is real, and that energy you give out to the world will always come back to you, whether good or bad. I'll say that again, whether good or bad. Karma is 100% real. So my 3rd and 4th period classes, who remembers when I asked you guys to name 3 countries in Africa without naming the most common ones? And that one kid that raised his hand and said, oh, I know that, that's easy. He said Cameroon. I said, wow, that's a great answer. These kids are gonna make my year a walk in the park. Then his next answer was Jamaica. And then I said, oh boy, it's gonna be a long year. Thank you to all the boys who are alarm clocks for those 1 or 2 boys who were always caught sleeping or would always say, what? I wasn't even sleeping. Say his name. To my classes after lunch. Remember the times I told you not to eat that chopped cheese sandwich in my class because you were gonna catch the itis, but you refused to listen. And 5 minutes later, you were snoring. I told you guys if you eat a bowl of fruit, you won't fall asleep. But if you eat bad food, it drains your body of energy that you need for other activities. So make healthy choices when it comes to your diet. Fruit and water every day, fellas. Remember, 1 workout equates to 3 to 6 hours added onto your life. Do you guys remember when I told you in September that this is going to be your quickest year in high school? I told you, right? Remember I said that this life thing is like a video game and you guys are level 17 and level 18s. And every year you need to build up your character attributes in order to defeat the next level's boss. Well, everyone in here doesn't play video games in this room, so let's change the analogy to books. Each one of you are writing your own story. No one can write this for you. Not me, not your parents, not anyone on this stage, not anyone next to you. So be very careful of what you write down because in life you can't take back anything you wrote on that page. This is the ending of your chapter 17, 18, or 19. The title was Senior Year or Minister Malcolm Yearwood. Now, at the end of each of your chapters, you have to ask yourself these questions. What did I learn about myself? What did I learn? Did I help anyone? Did I grow? How can I grow even more in the next chapter? Did I find my purpose, my why? And the hardest question to answer is, who am I? Please remember while you're writing your stories that there won't be too many strangers that come along that want to help you to become the best version of yourselves. Because most people don't want to see you grow. Misery loves company. Besides your family and immediate circles of friends, there won't be anyone in your corner. So cherish the ones that come along and appreciate them. So this next part is dedicated to the students that I didn't teach. All right. To the boys that I didn't teach, my lessons are centered around not protecting you from the world, but getting you ready to survive in the real world. I try to teach you everything that I never learned at 17 and 18. I went to Westinghouse, which was a terrible school. While writing this, I realized I gave a graduation speech every day because the highest human act is to inspire. In the back of my classroom, there's a wall that says things we've learned thus far. And I make my students write down one thing they learned that day, anything they want. There are hundreds of Post-its, and it took me about 2 days to go through them and pick out the ones I saw the most. All right, guys, if I gave you a Post-it, could you put it in the air right now? I wish I could teach you guys everything that they learned in these 10 months, but I wouldn't have enough time on this stage to do that. So here are just some of the things that they have in their hands right now. In my class that Trump wants to cancel, AP African American Studies, they learned about the great empires in Africa and that your history didn't start at slavery. You learned about Mansa Musa and how the great libraries in his kingdom were destroyed. Remember, history is his story, so learn yours. You learned about the Maroons, Nat Turner, the Stoner Rebellions, all the slave uprisings were the major reasons slavery was abolished, by the way, everybody. George Washington paid his slaves $200 for their teeth. Abraham Lincoln put aside $400,000 in his budget to send us to Liberia once we were free. During Reconstruction, we had a record amount of African American members of the House and Senate up until 1877 when they took the troops out of the South, and that's when the KKK rose to become domestic terrorists, which led to the Great Migration North, which led to the Red Summer of 1919, where 76 black men and women were lynched. You all learned about Marcus Garvey and his UNIA Back to Africa movement that had millions of followers without the internet or TV. You learned about the GI Bill and redlining. Policies created the wealth gap in America that affects us till this very day. You learned all about the Black Panthers and how the FBI took them out. They killed Fred Hampton at 21 because he was trying to unite blacks, whites, Asians, and Latinos. That's the one thing they can't have, unity among all races. They must conquer us by dividing us. And in the same year, they killed Bunchy Carter at 26 because he was turning all of the LA Slauson gang members into Black Panthers. You learned how both Malcolm and Martin were killed three years apart, but both at the age of 39. They said if you weren't killed in the 60s as a black leader, then you weren't doing a great job. So young, we didn't even get to see their fullest potential. So please remember that time is your most valuable currency because it's only the thing that you have no control over. So don't rush to be a dope, fellas. Stay at home as long as possible. You learned about Iran-Contra, where the CIA sold drugs to the black community, which in turn created the crack era that decimated our neighborhoods and my life forever. To my English classes, I'm very strategic about nonfiction books that I choose. I wanted to use stories where you saw growth in a human being so that you could see that who you are today doesn't define who you become tomorrow. They read Man-Child in the Promised Land, and they saw Claude Sonny Brown go from the street criminal to a world-renowned author. We watched The Education of Sonny Carson, where they saw him go from a gang leader to becoming one of Brooklyn's biggest activists, helping create the restoration of Fulton Street and Medgar Evers College. They read Chop Wood and Carry Water to learn that you need to put your head down and go to work with intention because nothing in life is given, everything is earned. Greatness doesn't come from shortcuts. Invisible growth is necessary. If you hear one of your quotes, you can put them up in the air, fellas. Invisible growth is necessary to sustain excellence. Fall in love with that process and your story will become much easier. Discipline is doing the things that you don't want to do. We only have a certain amount of willpower, so handle all the big tasks first. We read The Strangest Secret, and I know some of you forgot that answer. The strangest secret is you are what you think about. Remember, show me 5 of your friends, and I'll show you who you are. You shouldn't be the smartest person in your circle. If you are, find some more friends. Surround yourself by a strong and a positive team. Energy is real, so keep negative people away. Control your fears, don't let your fears control you. Comparison is the thief of joy. Don't live just for likes. Happiness comes from within. I like this one. The 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. If you fail to prepare, then you're preparing to fail. If you start to struggle in life, don't get overwhelmed, just part of life. Life is gonna hit you hard a couple of times, but it's all about how you pick yourself up and respond to it. Remember the 12 traits of manhood. Respect, emotional regulation. You have to reassess how you feel you're being disrespected in this world, right, fellas? Character, leadership, accountability, introspection, think twice, speak once. Maturity, bravery, adaptability, loyalty, legacy, and sacrifice. Emotions can set you back. Control them. From how to win friends and influence people, they learn the most important thing to anyone in this room is their name. Always ask someone their name when they're providing you a service. We read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Richest Man in Babylon, and a couple of other videos on investing to learn the difference between assets and liabilities. They learn you need to have 10% of your salary to invest. Most importantly, they learn the mindset of the rich people. Remember, poor is loud, rich is flashy, wealthy is quiet. Stealth wealth. Wealthy people don't buy Jordans, they buy Nike stocks. They don't buy Yeezys, they buy Adidas. They don't buy Louis or Gucci, they buy their stocks. They don't buy a 2025 Hellcat, they buy a 2022. And with the difference in that money, they invest it because they know cars depreciate in value as soon as you drive them off the car lot. The faster you start to invest, the faster you will be financially free. Some of you guys have begun to invest, and I'm proud of you. I wish someone would have told me this when I was 17. Would I have listened? I don't know, but at least I would have had the choice. When the student is ready, the master will appear. Remember, smart people learn from their own mistakes, while wise people learn from other people's mistakes. Be wise. Last page. Now, I have to save the best for last. We read the autobiography of Malcolm X, and we learned a lot. We saw how a man could be affected by childhood trauma and go down the wrong path. You saw a man reflect and pivot his life story several different times. Mistakes are inevitable. Every great man had his share of them. You learn that you don't need a degree to be successful if you educate yourself. The best teacher you will ever have is yourself, because no one else can change you but yourself. People aren't always open-minded to wisdom. That's why the bottom is so crowded and the scarcity of people are at the top. On fatherhood, he said anyone can make a baby, but not everyone can take care of one. He said, yeah, that's a good one. He said, show me the women in your community and I'll show you who you are. If your women are backwards and not educated, you will be backwards. But anywhere where you see women are respected and educated, that community and culture is thriving and prosperous. He said, the woman is the first teacher of a child, so please choose her wisely. Good looks are temporary, substance isn't. Remember, got this from Nipsey Hussle. How does a child spell love? Say it again. How does a child spell love? T-I-M-E, time. When you give someone your time, that shows them that you care. Always show it for your kids. Nazir Oxen asked me on the last day of class, are you finished teaching? Did you get to teach everything? My first response was, heck yeah, it was the last day of class. But then I thought about it that whole day. I'll never be finished teaching because I learn something new every day, and he who learns teaches. So make sure you teach someone something you learned this year, or even today. Please come back and visit me, and don't come back when times are good. You can come back anytime. When things are rough, my door is always open to you guys, but only at lunchtime, you know that. That life story that lies ahead of you is a blank page. There is no story there, so what are you going to write? And I'm going to end it with my favorite quote. What's the one thing you never want your kids to say about you? Let's say it together. My daddy is dumb. Thank you, I love you guys.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Yearwood. You can feel the love in his speech. At this time, we have a special presentation, and I'm going to call up our assistant principal, Ms. Tabitha Strauss.
I had to write this down because I was afraid I would get up here and be upset, but Ms. Woods, as you prepare to close this incredible chapter of your teaching career, I find myself reflecting on the profound impact that you've had, not only on the countless scholars, but on all of us who have been privileged to work alongside you. From the moment that I began my residency at Eagle, you have been a constant source of wisdom, encouragement, and unwavering support. I remember when Mr. Mead said, Strauss, you're going to do science, you're going to supervise science, and I thought to myself, how am I going to supervise Ms. Woods? And I came from elementary school, teaching 9 years, I had no idea. But you taught me that it's not supervising, it's leading. And with your support, I grew as an Eagle leader over the last 13 years. Even when I became a mom, not once, but twice, with your advice that Charlie needed a sibling, you were there with your support, your patience with me, your love. You taught me to be a good leader and a good mom. You will always have a steady presence in our science department, as you built the foundation of what science is at Eagle. I have so much more to say, but it can really just be summed up in we love you.
We will now have a short tribute to you, Miss Woods.
My favorite memory of Miss Woods would be our first couple of years here. Me and her were teaching keyboarding technology class together for the 8th grade classes. It was a fun time, something new and interesting because, you know, it was like an introduction to technology for the kids, and the kids enjoyed the class, but they also dreaded coming there sometimes because Miss Woods was really strict and, you know, her typical self.
Favorite memory of Miss Woods. It's no matter what the student is, Miss Woods always says the student can learn. That's what I love about her. She's never negative about a student.
To my one and only observation partner on a science team, thank you for always showing me the ropes, Miss Woods. We love you. We hope you have a great retirement. Be blessed.
All right, one of my favorite memories of Miss Woods is when I had like a 88 on a science project or a science assignment. And at first I was complacent, I thought that was good enough. And she took my paper, threw it in the garbage and called my mom. And even though like, you know, I was embarrassed in the moment, I thank her a lot for making me more ambitious academically and making sure I achieve the most I can.
Favorite memory was science class, when we had a project that we did, and I never liked science, so it opened me up to the possibilities of science. And science became my second favorite class because of the atmosphere in middle school.
Ms. Wood, just wanted to say thank you so much for everything you've done here at Eagle, your unwavering commitment to excellence and structure. On a personal note, you know, you and I have had great conversations. You've given me advice on career, advice about my family, and you're definitely appreciated and you're gonna be missed. You know, we love you.
Hi, Ms. Woods. I'm going to miss you, but I just wanted to say congratulations on a remarkable career, and for the impact you've made on everyone around you. We just want to say we love you. Thank you.
Hello, my favorite memory with Miss Woods is knowing that we should always be very aware of the relationships that we're building with all kids.
All right, so my favorite memory of Miss Woods is like my first 3 months in the classroom, just adjusting to her style in the classroom, and it just became something that I started to copy. She was just been a great mentor, and she really encouraged me to become the teacher that I am today. Like, I am not as confident as I am today if she's not in my life. So I really appreciate you, Miss Woods.
How you doing, Miss Woods? Thank you so much for all you've done for me, all the kind words. I really do appreciate all the resources, tools, and knowledge that you do to support me and to keep me going so we can make sure that these kids end up on top.
I think what I'll remember Miss Woods for is how warm and inviting she is. She is one of the first people that really embraced me when I came onto the science team. And now that I teach seniors, everyone has a Miss Woods story. You know, anyone that's Eagle born and bred, they got a Miss Woods story. It's always a fond memory, always funny memories and just good times. So that's what I'll remember most about Miss Woods.
Hey, Miss Woods. I will never forget in our science meetings when we talked about our favorite foods during our icebreaker, and you immediately said, "I wish I could never eat." Man, you had the whole crew cracking up. We'll never forget you.
Eagle Academy, presented to Veronica Woods with heartfelt gratitude and appreciation
of over 35 years of exceptional service and commitment. We wish you a joyous retirement from your Eagle community. Congratulations, Ms. Wood. We also want to give you your flowers as well. At this time, we will have our salutatorian video and address. Spencer Hall, class of 2025.
My name is Spencer Ball, and I'm representing Roberto Clemente House. First, funny thing is that, first off, I didn't get accepted in the Eagle due to high enrollment. But you know, after I found out I was going, since I had two brothers here, and like it just felt like it meant to be, especially coming from CS21, Eagle was the next step towards that.
I am so proud of Spencer for all of his accomplishments, for his dedication to passing his classes with 95 and above, and that has been incredibly consistent. And you won't believe the challenges that we have faced at home, but he still continues to stay focused and determined to succeed. He's also a great athlete. You know, I didn't imagine that in the beginning because he was my shadow. And he has become so independent of me. And he doesn't ask for anything well, except money. But, you know, I'm just proud of the man he's become.
My childhood was pretty great, you know, living with my mom and my two brothers. And going to Eagle allowed me to get a sense of brotherhood. Like, it's like my second family here. Allowed me to connect with people on a deeper level that I never thought I would be able to do. My favorite Eagle memory might have to be in my first football game, because I wanted to play football for a very long time. So 9th grade was my official first time, and it was on varsity. And I ended up making one play. It was a tackle at the end zone. So I'm like really proud of that. I'll say just have fun, enjoy the Eagle experience, because time moves fast, but also stay committed, because you got to be able to do something after Eagle. I'm gonna have to say resilience, because there's a lot of times where you might be on the downslope, but you always gotta know how to bounce back up and continue to rise and be great. I'm gonna have to go with Yearwood, because Yearwood is a real person. He always wants to see you shine. He even told me how to use like apps to get money during crypto. He always wants you to become a better person than he was yesterday. I'll be attending SUNY Brockport, majoring in kinesiology and playing lacrosse.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our salutatorian, Spencer Hall.
Good morning, everyone, family, friends, staff, mentors, and of course, the soon-to-be graduates. My name is Spencer Ball, and I'm honored to stand before you as the salutatorian of class 2025. As I look into this crowd, I don't just see classmates. I see brothers. I see young men who've grown with me, struggled with me, laughed with me, and succeeded with me. I see a bond that wasn't formed overnight, but over years and years filled with uniforms, early mornings, challenges, and those long school days that, believe it or not, helped us shape to the man we become. I've been at Eagle since the 6th grade, which basically means I grew up here. And that journey didn't start slow. It kicked off with summer bridge. The moment I walked through those doors, I figured I just lay low. I had two other brothers that went through Eagle, so I thought I knew what I was getting into. I tell myself, just stay quiet, don't draw attention, and you'll be fine. That plan lasted about 5 minutes. I shut up with an earring, which was a rookie mistake. Earrings was allowed back then, and apparently that was enough to put a spotlight on me. After that, all I heard every day was, "Spencer, where are you? Spencer, Spencer, Spencer." I was tired. I want to go home every day I step foot in the building. I questioned everything. Why did I come here? Do I really have to do this for the next 7 years? Is this what life is now? Recite the Eagle Pledge and repeat? This is my first exposure to one of 5 Eagle pillars, resilience. Resilience, it wasn't just about surviving summer bridge. It was showing up when it was hard. It was pushing through when I was exhausted. It was standing tall even when all I wanted to do was sit down and disappear. That moment getting called out was the beginning of my growth. And I didn't know it then, but that uncomfortable start would prepare me for everything that came after. I found that growth was not only in the classroom, but on the field. Playing football and lacrosse here wasn't just about sports, it was a lifestyle. It was early practices, game day nerves, tough losses, and unforgettable wins. It was learning how to lead under pressure and how to trust the brother next to you. Being a captain of both told me that leadership isn't about being the loudest. It's about being the most consistent, the most committed, and the one who shows up when it's hard. Especially during the summer practices when Jones had no remorse. Those early morning workouts, late bus rides bond us in a different way. Whether we were sweating out on the turf or celebrating a goal underneath the lights, those moments taught me discipline, teamwork, and heart. Eagle didn't just teach me how to be a student, it taught me how to be a man who speaks with purpose, a man who holds himself accountable, a man who leads from the front even when it's uncomfortable. This school gave us more than grades and test scores. It gave us grit, and it gave us brotherhood, and it gave us a vision. To the teachers, guidance counselors, and everyone who poured into us over these years, thank you. Thank you for showing up every day, for pushing us when we want to give up, and believing who we will become. Even when we didn't always act like it, we were listening, and we carry your lesson with us for life. To our families, thank you for standing by us through the early alarms, the uniform checks, and the days we came home saying, "I'm tired of this school." You remind us why we started, and you helped us finish. To my 2 brothers, Martin and Matthew, thank you for all these years of tough love. Your honesty and jokes helped me shape me to the person I am today. Whether it was the hard truth or a helping hand, you always there in your own way. And I appreciate that, and I love you both. To my mom, thank you for being my first forever coach. Since day one, you pushed me to be the best version of myself, no excuses. You set the standard early when you said, "In this house, we don't accept 80s because I'm not an 80s student." You believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself, and you showed me that what hard work, sacrifice, and unconditional love really looks like. Everything I accomplished is built on the foundation you gave me. I love you, and I thank you. And to the class of 2025, my brothers, thank you. Especially FBSL, which means Future Black Successful Leaders. Jaden Thomas, Kai Edward, Cody Court, Cody Williams, Josiah Gaffney, Jerry Dustin Jr., Jaden Fortune, Virgil Leaf, Ryan Patrick, and Anthony Witter. Thank you for always being there for me through all the years of elementary school, middle school, and high school. This journey was never easy, but we made it. From struggling in math in 6th grade to surviving COVID, Regents exams, losing playoff games, and winning moments of growth, we've done it together. This class has inspired me, challenged me, and helped me shape the leader I am today. If there's one lesson I learned, it's that success isn't about what you can accomplish, it's about who you bring with you. Every win means more when you lift someone else up. Our mission doesn't end with graduation, it begins. We carry the responsibility to open doors, break cycles, and leave paths clear for those coming after us. We are not the same boys who walked in here. We are men of vision, men of purpose, and men ready to make an impact. Whether your path is college, trade, work, or the military, go forward knowing you came for greatness. We are Eagle men, and as we've been told again and again, life is not a game, play with a purpose. Congratulations to us, class of 2025. God is good all the time, and all the time, God is good. Thank you.
Spencer, don't go too far. Come here, Spencer. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, our salutatorian, Spencer Ball. Come here, Spencer. Spencer, come here. Jerry Jackson, please come up. while Jerry's coming. These two scholars are graduates from CS21, one of our feeder schools, and they have received a Special Academic Achievement Award. At this time, I would like Ms. Scott and Ms. Hosack, please, to come up as well. Spencer and Jerry, you are presented with the Academic Achievement Award from CS21. It truly takes a village to raise a child. From the Village Alumni Association, CS21 is a very special place to be remembering its most accomplished graduates for all these years later. Congratulations. Let's give them a hand, family. Let's give them a hand. Thank you. At this time, we will have a music selection by the Royal Life Band. Don't they sound good, y'all? When y'all came into church? Let's give it up for the Royal Life Band.
My name is Stewart, and I represent WEB Du Bois House. I'm not gonna lie, I was excited only because my older brother went to Eagle, so I was like, all right, this is gonna be light because I'm gonna get an easy pass. My name is Jermaine Hamilton Stewart, and I represent WEB Du Bois House. I'm not gonna lie, I was excited only because my older brother went to Eagle, so I was like, all right, this is gonna be light because I'm gonna get an easy pass, my older brother, which did not happen that way. But yeah, I was excited.
Every aspect of Jameer has really impressed me and made me very proud of him. To me, even though he's my son, but he's the GOAT. He fulfills anything he puts his mind to. He doesn't let anything hold him back, and I really admire that in him as a person, and I see him going very far with that.
In my childhood, it was really good. I had a lot of support from my family and friends. My mother and my father, they support me really well. I really couldn't complain in my childhood. Not everything was all roses and daisies, but I had to get out the mud, put in some hard work, and be rewarded for it, hopefully. My favorite Eagle memory probably have to be 2023 championship, the championship that Varsity A won, because I don't know, I just like seeing everybody, joyful about being a part of Eagle, like something coming from a sport like it impacted the whole school, not just the people that was on the team. The advice I would give to my younger Eagle brothers is to keep putting your best foot forward, no matter how hard it gets, and always remember to strive to get outside your comfort zone. You always want to leave room for yourself to grow. To me, the most important pillar is probably effort, because you can't really get nowhere if you don't put in the work. No matter how much talent you got or how many good character traits you have, if you don't put in the work towards anything, you're not gonna make no progress towards anything. So it's without effort, you can't really have nothing. I love all my Eagle educators, but I'm probably gonna have to get this to Mr. Mead, even though he's not an educator, just because he holds himself to a high standard. He takes on a lot of responsibility, and you'll never see him really break character or anything. He always a stand-up guy, so definitely get out to Mr. Mead. I will be attending University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill and majoring in kinesiology.
Good morning, Eagle brothers, faculty, friends, family, and the class of 2025. Yes, I do stand here as your valedictorian, but I'm no politician or speech perfectionist, so bear with me. Thank you. First and foremost, I want to thank God for getting us all here today safely and blessing us to see this wonderful day. Without God, I wouldn't be anywhere close to where I am today, and He truly deserves all the glory. I also want to thank my parents for providing for me and my brothers, even when times get rough. I appreciate my parents for all of the sacrifices that they have made in order to put me and my brothers in the best position for success. Mom and Dad, please stand up. My accomplishments have been a direct reflection of both of your hard work, and you both should be very proud of yourselves. Thank you for everything. I also want to thank Eagles administrative leaders for making Eagles such a great experience. I want to thank Mr. Mead, Ms. Harris, Ms. Bringley, Mr. McCoy, Ms. Strauss, Mr. Hamilton, and Mr. Jury for pushing me to be the better man that they knew I could be, even when I didn't see that for myself. Eagle has truly been a family to me, and I really appreciate everyone who has played a part in helping build my character, from all of my former teachers to even my younger Eagle brothers who will graduate in 2031. My first impression of Eagle was that it seemed like a pretty cool place to spend the next 7 years of my life. Honestly, I thought it would be a breeze, mainly because I had the slightest advantage of having an older brother who graduated back in 2017. But little did I know what was actually coming for me. I showed up to Summer Bridge weighing about 90 pounds soaking wet, and maybe 5 feet tall on a good day. My grandparents dropped me off that morning, and they were all smiles, thinking that they were sending me off to some summer camp. Meanwhile, I was stepping into what felt like military training. If you know anything about Summer Bridge, you can probably already picture how that went for someone like me. I had to deal with Mr. Jones scolding us for not standing exactly on the white line while walking in the hallway, Mr. McCoy's notorious laps around what seemed like the hottest gym on the planet, and Mr. O's big eyes staring into the deepest depths of your soul as if he has x-ray vision. At the time, I thought this is going to be the toughest 7 years of my life. But looking back, I didn't realize then that the discipline, the pressure, and the expectations were laying the foundation I would need for the rest of my life. My Eagle experience wasn't a traditional experience. In the middle of my 7th grade year at Eagle, COVID happened. COVID was a humbling experience for me as it made me realize how important it was to have an in-person high school experience. Now let's be honest, during COVID, most of us were rolling out of bed 5 minutes before class, logging in with one eye open, and praying the teacher didn't call on us while we were halfway under the covers. If you guys don't admit it, then I definitely will. It was during COVID where I felt most disconnected from myself, losing interest and motivation to do things that I loved or had enjoyed doing in school. But during these times of desperation, it was my Eagle brothers, Jaheim Parker and Kyle Llewellyn, who helped me maintain my character. Whether it was through deep conversations over Zoom because my phone was broken, or playing Fortnite after we made sure all of our work was done. I truly appreciate you both for holding me accountable and reminding me of who I am, and making some of the darkest days feel a little lighter. Coming back into the building was a refreshing and fun experience. One of the biggest surprises was seeing how much everyone had grown, something that I definitely didn't come across in the blurry Zoom photos with fake beach backgrounds during our remote learning days. Even though it seemed like we lost a year of maturing due to COVID, we grew closer than ever. Fuad and I are best friends now, which is ironic because back in middle school, I thought that the only thing we'd ever bond over was me pretending to understand his passionate TED Talk about Stephen Curry's shooting form or his excuses for why the Warriors lost the 2016 NBA Finals. I'll never forget the countless moments of dying laughter with Latrell Johnson, John Tripp,
Mike Quan Mack, and even some of my alumni friends, Gendry, Darius, and Eric, also known as my Gamagoogans. Over the years, I've built bonds with my Eagle brothers that will last for the rest of my life. Bonds that no other institution could have fostered. People I once saw as just classmates have become the closest thing to blood brothers. They've stood by me through everything, and they call my mom, like they've always been a part of the family. These memories have cemented my bond with my brothers forever. Senior year was definitely my most memorable year as an Eagle, even though I had to deal with the depressing fact that I went through all 7 of my years without my house, yes, W.E.B. Du Bois house, winning the Turkey Bowl. But looking past that, I did make it through something I believe to be more impressive, which is passing the hardest class, Mr. Bonini's, AKA Bone Nuggets AP Club class. If you know, you know. I also took great pride in serving as the school student body vice president, working alongside my fellow scholar council members to launch meaningful initiatives like the hygiene stations in the fall, student outreach events, and ice cream socials. These experiences truly made this year unforgettable and have given me greater confidence as I prepare to take on the next chapter in college. This fall, I will be attending the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. I want to thank the post-secondary team, Ms. Antoinette, Mr. Tones, Ms. Lassane, and Ms. London for guiding me through the college application process and just being there to help me stay grounded. As Ms. London would say, all of the staying up late nights played off, and God has placed me perfectly in the best option for school I could possibly ask for. Although I will no longer be enrolled as an Eagle student, I'll still be an Eagle at heart. Eagle has done so much for me and my family, and I'll never forget where I came from, no matter how big my future may be. I love my Eagle family, and to all my Eagle brothers, I want y'all to remember to be willing to come outside your comfort zone and always looking for opportunities to grow. Meet new people in life, because you'll learn that it's not always about what you know, but who you know. Always extend a helping hand like a boomerang, because the same kindness you throw out into the world will always find its way back to you. Before I leave this stage, I just want to say one last thing. Being an Eagle isn't just about wearing a cardigan or sitting through town hall. It's about brotherhood. It's about rising when life knocks you down. It's about never forgetting where you came from, because where you came from made you who you are. So I want to leave you with something we'll carry with us forever. When I say 4, I want you to say we rise. Now let's do it together. For each other, we rise. For our brothers, we rise. And for our future, we rise. That's what we've always done, and that's what we'll continue to keep doing, no matter where life takes us. I love y'all, I believe in y'all, and I'll never forget y'all. Thank you, class of 2025. Let's rise.
Come on, we can do better than that. Our valedictorian this year, Jamil Hamilton, student. At this time, we will have the passing of the Wingman book. I would like the class of 2025 Student Council President, Fahad Akinyemi, please come forward. And our Student Council Secretary, Kyle Llewellyn, please come forward. As they will be passing the Wingman book to our juniors, class of 2026, Mr. Sean Henry, please come forward. And Tyler Harridge Hardy, please come forward. This is tradition since day one to ensure that our young men finish what they start. At this time, I will turn it over to the class of 2025.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This book represents the commitment we, the Eagle class of 2025, made back at the beginning of our senior year. We all signed it to solidify our promise to ensure all of our Eagle brothers make it to graduation together.
This meant taking on the responsibility and the sacrifice of being our brothers, wingmen. We pass this book to you now to continue the tradition of being your brother's keepers.
behalf of the class of 2026, I accept this book and acknowledge the weight of importance of this responsibility. We vow to uphold this Eagle tradition and proudly take on the challenge of being our brother's wingman.
Eagle believe in our Eagle mantra, if one falls, we all fall. We vow to support our fellow Eagle brothers to always demonstrate commitment to excellence, so we can cross the stage next year together as a full brotherhood. Thank you.
Thank you, brothers. At this time, I would now like to introduce a man that needs no introduction. It's very rare that you have a founding principal for 17 years. 17 years without a break in service. He is the institution creator, straight out of Queensbridge, but guess what? He's been in Brooklyn for 17 years. Please rise on your feet for our leader, our mentor, our principal, Rashard Mead.
Morning, Eagle family. Morning, Eagle family. Oh man, I'm sitting over here, I had a whole speech in my head and just absorbing this energy, this love in this room. I have to get my bearings a little bit because I am emotional right now. I'm truly emotional, and to see the beauty in this room, to see the love in this room, I got a chance to watch our young men as they celebrate one another. They cheer extremely loud and passionate for their brothers like it's them. And that is so special. That's something that people don't understand. That's what we do here. And when I think about this class and I think about where they're going to be, the bonds and the brotherhood that they experience, that they develop over these last 7 years, is gonna stand the test of time. And our families, you look beautiful today. You look beautiful. Our goal has always been, this 11th graduating class, we want to flood CCC. We want to take up every seat in this sanctuary in celebration of our young men. We're coming close. We are coming close, and it's through your passion and commitment. But I also would be remiss if I didn't personally acknowledge someone that was part of the planning team. Whether you know it or not, Eagle was a document. It had nobody in the seats yet. And Ms. Woods took a chance on a 28-year-old. Right? I once was 28, fellas. Right. Ms. Woods took a chance on a 28-year-old and came out of what she felt was a comfort zone at Satellite West. And when we embarked on this journey, Ms. Woods said, we are going to do this. And for the last 21 years, I've had the privilege of working alongside Ms. Woods. And the confidence she's instilled in me, when no one had a reason to believe, is something I will always carry in my heart. And I think it's a testament to what's in this room right now. I love my father, I love everyone, every man that's in this building that's supporting their child, but this school is built on the shoulders of black women. This school, I'll say it again, because it's that powerful. This school is built on the shoulders of black women. And yes, we are an institution now, but it wasn't always sunny days. And whenever we had those moments where we felt challenged, wherever there was those obstacles, I could always count on Ms. Woods to say, all right, we got a problem? We all right. We'll get at them. And it's that subtle confidence, that toughness that allowed us to power through some very, very challenging times. So thank you so much, Ms. Woods. I love you. I love you dearly. Thank you for all you've done for us and our young men. And young men, Eagle family, Ms. Woods has been the only 6th grade science teacher we've ever had for 17 years. The only.
So Ms. Woods has seen over 1,000 kids. Over 1,000 Eagles have gone through Ms. Woods' class, right? Like that's special. And this class is a little different. You guys are the largest class we've ever had, the most day ones we've ever had. And there's a special personality, there's a special energy that you guys exude. And that energy, I can see that with me. I'm a very stoic man, as you guys know. I don't smile too much, right? But you guys almost broke that perception a few times. I'll walk in the room, town hall, if they turn around, they see me, it's Mr. Me, it's the aura. Right? And I'm a little older now. So I gotta like check these things. Like, is an aura a good thing or not? And so I made the mistake, and hear this one. I asked ChatGPT, is aura good? Chat didn't have an answer. So I Googled, what is aura in modern times? Right? And I don't know if it's my algorithm or not, but a picture came up. The picture is from a movie you guys may or may not know. The picture was an image of someone named Leroy Green, AKA Bruce Leroy, right? And it was a picture of Bruce Leroy, shiny jerry curl, glowing, that yellow glow. That's the aura. That's the aura. So I said, okay, this is a compliment. But fellas, if you say I have an aura, what do you have right now? You have an aura, gentlemen. You have an aura. You are shining bright. You know why you have an aura? And your aura is not fake. You look on social media, you scroll, you see a lot of fake aura. You see a lot of engineered aura. What you guys have right now, after passing all those classes, 44 plus credits, 5 plus regions, earning $1 million in scholarship, that generates an aura, that generates an energy that can be felt not only in this sanctuary, because we're live streaming this. There are people that are not even in the state of New York that can feel the energy coming off you right now. You guys are shining. You guys are glowing. You guys have an aura. And what you guys have to do, fellas, more than anything in the world, you gotta protect that aura. You gotta protect that energy. You gotta protect that glow. Because there are forces in this world, fellas, that wants to dim your light. You glowing and shining and being who you are, the beautiful you, is a threat to so many. And you shining in this way, there are forces that want to dim your light. They want to turn you down. They have to try to turn you down. Because if you keep the energy of today, you feed that drive, you transition the aura you've generated at Eagle into community leadership, into fatherhood. Who's stopping us? Who's stopping us? And when you wear that logo on your chest, that's not just a print. That logo has an aura that you will continue to feed. We will be built on what you do next in life. When someone is in your presence and they want to dim your light, they want to steal your aura, you can't let them. Because it's attractive to people. It really is. And some individuals, right? Because you see glowing individuals, but you also see individuals who are aura stealers. And some of them, unfortunately, look like us. Don't go there, do this. You can get that same feeling from this. Let me say that again. You can get that same feeling from this. Oh no, you can't. Oh no, you can't. Eagle is built on love. Eagle is built on an aura that you're gonna continue to manifest. Remember today, remember how you feel today, and don't ever let anything threaten that. I love you. I love you. These are not just words. These are not just words. And I'll leave with this, fellas. Life is gonna present obstacles. That's the only guarantee. You need to look at those obstacles as opportunities to feed your aura, to feed your energy. Because if you can persevere and you can look at obstacles as a way to make you stronger, as a way to make you better, as a way to propel your family and our community, like I said, there's nothing that can stop us. I love you, gentlemen. Come back. Just like dims a little bit, those doors are open. It's not fake. It's not a fake invite. You have people that you invite over your house, you're faking it. Like, all right. This is not one of those. Come back home. Congratulations, gentlemen. Love you.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, for our principal, Rashad Mead. At this time, we will have a musical selection by our Royal Life Band.
just have a few announcements, housekeeping. Please make sure you keep the aisles clear. And a final reminder, there is no eating and drinking in the sanctuary. Amen? We also have a special presentation. The Esther chapter, number 751, has prepared college care packages for each senior. We will let you know the date in July to pick up your basket at the Eagle's Nest. At this time, I will now turn it over to Miss Bringley. Mrs. Bringley.
All right, class of 2025, this is the moment we all have been waiting for. So, first row. Here we go. Fuhad Akinemi. Nazir Aline. Christian Arias. Christopher Arthurton. Nasir Augustin. Khalif Bankhead. Chase Barrett Beasley. Kayvon Battle. Jaden Belfield. William Benitez Jr. Jaleel Bennett. Dylan Bush. Jalen Cavanis. Corey Caldwell. Daniel Campbell. George Campbell. Kevin Cologne. Jamel Conte. Cody Court. Alex Danville. His name is Breeden Davis Jr. Caleb Dodson. Joshua Dotton. Jordan Drake. Jordan Dubois. Nasir Dubois. Okay, all right, a little less horde. We love it, but just a little less. Kai Edward. Khalil Edward. Errol Fairweather. Cameron Farmer. Jameer Felton. Jaden Fortune. Jalen Fortune. Orion Francois. All right. Josiah Gaffney. Yandel Garcia. Jeremy Gilmore. Derek Glover. Xavier Dominic Goodwin. Bruce Grimenez. Jamel Reed. Kevin Harris. Jaden Greenberg. Miguel Hernandez Martinez. Jerry Jackson Jr. Walter Jackson. Jeremiah Jacobs. Atrell Johnson. Kevion Jones Allen. Logan Kennedy. Zaire Kingsbury. Jeremiah Lake. Amadi Lowry. Virgil Lee. Kyle Llewellyn. Mikel Lynch. Jason Macias. Here we go. My quad map. Noah Mack. Joe Rentley. Aiden Rivera. Eric Rogers. Kamar Salvador. Elijah Blue Santiago. Justin Sherrier. Isaac Simpson. Avon Akil Stewart. Jaleo Tang. Amari Thomas. Jaden Thomas. Nehemiah Thomas. Brandon Travieso. John Tripp. Seth Trotman. Ethan Valcourt. Joseph Valdez. Jaden Villanova.
differently here at Eagle. So I know there's a whole script for doing this, but we started something 10 years ago, we're gonna continue it. So by the power invested in me, I now pronounce the graduating class. So take your tassels, fellas. All right? I now want to announce the graduating class of 2025 as officially completing all the requirements of the New York State Department of Education.